Before I lost 50 pounds, I had no idea how much mindset mistakes and just mistakes in general would try to hold me back. So if you're starting your fitness journey, or if you're starting your weight loss journey, or just in the middle of it and feel stuck, then these are the things that will help you throughout it. So keep watching. Hey sis, and welcome back to my channel. I'm KayFitt, a certified personal trainer and just an overall self-love, self-growth enthusiast. And I lost 50 pounds naturally. No surgeries, no extra gimmicks, nothing extra out of the ordinary, just hard work and lifestyle changes. But honestly, along the way, I made a lot of mistakes, and I wish somebody would have told me these things I'm about to tell you right now. So without further ado, let's just get right into this video. So the first thing I want you guys to understand is fat loss is not linear, meaning it's going to be ups and downs to it. It's not like a straight path. There's ups and downs to everything you do, especially when it comes to your fitness journey. So every single week, the scale might not go up, but that does not mean that you're not making the progress. Every single day, you might not see specific changes in the mirror. That does not mean you're not putting in the hard work, and that does not mean your hard work is not like going to good use. It just means that progress takes time. Instead, try to focus on progress that's being made in other aspects, like how well you're performing the workouts, your endurance, how healthy you're starting to eat, the lifestyle overall, instead of just always looking at the physical aspects or just always looking at the scale too much, because that can do a lot of harm to your mental health. And I promise you, it'll make the process not enjoyable at all. And slowly, if you start focusing too much on the weight to the max, it'll slowly lead into other disorders. Trust me, I know this. It started to make me undereat because I was like not physically seeing the results on the scale, but I was still making progress. So I thought since the scale wasn't going down, I need to just undereat. And that was just not the truth. That's not the way to go, okay? So I don't want you guys to make that same mistake I made, because trust me, it's not worth it. You want to have this lifestyle to be like enjoyable. You don't want it to be something that's miserable. You don't want to be miserable along this journey. What's the point of doing something if you're going to be miserable throughout it? And also, slow progress does not mean you're failing. It just means your body is taking time to get adjusted to it. So don't stop and don't quit and don't stop what you're doing just because the progress is not showing up right away, okay? Give yourself a few months. Give yourself time to get adjusted to it. Just keep going along this journey. Don't worry about seeing quick results, because quick fixes is not the answer, honestly speaking, okay? Which leads me into the next thing. Stop relying on quick fixes, okay? Quick fixes will lead you into doing fad diets and starving yourself. And yeah, you might see the results physically, but the mental health is not going to be there. And also, when it comes to quick fixes, you're setting goals based off of a instantaneous result. Instantaneous feeling. So once you get there, you'll be more prone to falling off afterwards because you were only doing it so you can have that quick fix. So if you're looking at a lifestyle change, that's when everything will come into play and be better, and you'll be more prone to, like, once you get the results, you'll still keep the results, and it'll stay like that because you're not just doing it for the moment. You're not doing something just because the results are going to be fast and just because you know you got the results instantly. I would much rather get it by working hard and letting it last than getting something fast and then getting it going right away. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like anything that comes super quick is not really gonna stay when your main goal is just to get it super quick. If it happens quick, that's fine, but if that was just your overall goal, I feel like it's harder for it to stay, because once you get it, you'll be more prone to falling off because you were just looking at it as something to get quick. Your mind was never set on long term. So when you set these goals, set it to where it's a long term thing. Even if you can't really see yourself doing fitness long term because you're a beginner, and that's normal. When you first start something, it's hard for you to see yourself long term in it. When I first started, it was hard for me to see, wow, I'm going to be doing this as a lifestyle. But if you just put it in your mind and tell yourself, okay, this is a lifestyle change, you'll be more prone to really falling through even after you reach your goals and being more consistent along your journey, okay? Which leads me into the next thing. I learned to not rely on motivation. I had to rely on my discipline. And I know you probably hear this a lot, but it's very, very true, because motivation is a temporary feeling. It's a normal emotion. Sometimes we wake up motivated. You ever get those random splurges in the middle of the night where you just feel like getting up and working out? That happens. And then some nights you don't feel like doing anything. Some days you just want to lay in bed all day. That happens too. So when I relied on discipline, that helped me, because discipline is doing something even if you don't feel like doing it without overworking yourself. So knowing the difference between the two. And honestly, what helped me with that is the days that I had set to rest, I rested. But the days where I was supposed to work out and I wasn't super sore from the day before, I was just honestly just didn't feel like doing it, I still forced myself to do it, because nothing's wrong with me. I can still fall through and do it. And I had to tell myself, this is a quick, just doing one quick workout. Afterwards, I can get back into bed. I can do what I need to do. I can go back to relaxing. I can watch that show again once I'm done working out. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, a quick 30-minute workout can really change your overall life, and that could also help you create habits, so that way you won't have to feel like you're just relying strictly on discipline, because it'd be a habit. So it is discipline, but in a way, when it's a habit, it's really a part of your lifestyle at that point. You know what I'm trying to say? Like waking up, brushing your teeth, it's not really discipline, it's a habit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it has discipline because it's your hygiene, but it feels out of the ordinary when you don't brush your teeth, hopefully. But you know what I mean? So get it to where not working out consistently feels out of the ordinary, okay? And that's really where the motivation will really come from, honestly speaking, because you'll be like, well, I'm just disciplined. It's just a habit now, really. And that's where you want to be at with it, okay? Next thing I want you guys to understand is just doing cardio is not enough. Now, cardio is amazing. If anybody who understands knows that I am a big advocate for cardio. I feel like cardio is great. It helps with anxiety and all that. But just strictly doing cardio is not enough, honestly speaking, because a lot of people think that having muscle means you're going to be super bulky, when that's just not true. A person needs to have muscle because muscle puts you in that fat burning mode anyways. Muscle helps you burn fat overall. So what's going to help us get that muscle is resistance training, okay? And also, let me disclaimer. That toned look a lot of people are looking for, that's really just muscle. There's no such thing as toned, okay? It's really just they have muscle, but it can look feminine and soft, but it's still they have muscle. They're toned. That abs they have, that's toned muscles. Even if they don't have abs, still toned, that is muscle. So a way to do that, like I said, is resistance training. Now, a lot of people think the resistance training means just super duper heavy, lifting super heavy, and that's not really the truth. You could do resistance training with body weight. You could do resistance training with dumbbells, which is my favorite form of it too. I use dumbbells for like everything now. I work out from home now, especially with my routine. I don't really have time to like go to the gym, so I got myself a walking pad, a treadmill, not a walking pad, but it's a treadmill, and I got myself dumbbells. So I use like 20-40 pound dumbbells for my legs sometimes, and my favorite forms of leg day workouts are squats, hip thrusts, and Bulgarian split squats. Those are my favorite go-tos. If I'm doing upper body, I usually use like 5 or 10 pounds. I do bent over rows, arm raises. I'll do female push-ups. I'll do 3 sets of 10 of those. And I think I said 3 sets of 10 with those leg workouts too. But that's like perfect, and it's simple and straight to the point. And that only takes me like literally maybe 10 minutes. And that's a simple, easy workout. And like I said, when I said cardio isn't enough and don't overdo it, I would do cardio if you're the type of person that likes HIIT cardio, right? I would do HIIT cardio 2 times a week if you want to add that into your routine. But if you're the type of person where you just want to walk, you could walk every single day if you would like to do that, because that's simple and that's like easier on your muscles, but you will see results. But then what I would do is like if I want to do something more intense, I would do incline walking. So I'll do an incline 2.5 and a speed of like, I'll do a speed of 2.5 and an incline of like 7 or something like that. I'll do it for 30 minutes. But let's say on the days where I don't want to do anything too intense, I'll just walk for like maybe 10 minutes or something like that. You get what I mean? If you don't want to do HIIT workouts, you don't have to do too much intense cardio workouts to see results. And that's a mistake I made, because I literally, when I tell you, I used to do the Stairmasters after my workout for like 40 minutes every single day, and it's nothing wrong with that, but I was overworking myself. Like I used to like try to run miles a day, which is great, but I feel like I shouldn't have overdid it and did it every single day. I was doing it every single day and not giving my body time to rest. I wish I would have got put on to walking a little bit earlier, so that way, as a person with anxiety and cardio helps me, I could have just walked on the days where I couldn't do anything super intense because I need to give my body rest. And I would have still, felt like I got some cardio in, because I did. I walked. You get what I mean? So really take that into mind when you're starting your workouts, that just overdoing it with cardio and not doing strength training is not really the way to go. But I'm not saying don't do cardio at all, because I'm one of those people who feel like cardio is amazing for you overall, but you do want to add in resistance training to your routine as well. Next thing I want you guys to understand, just because it is healthy does not mean you need to binge on it, okay? Because I made that mistake too. I started eating healthier, quote unquote, and I thought, okay, I'm eating healthy, so I could just eat a bunch of it. But that's not really the case. I'm not saying undereat. I'm more so talking about when it comes to the snacking, right? So a lot of times we get these healthier snacks, or these I used to do these cookies that it was like vegan cookies, which really just means it had no dairy in it, but it was quote unquote healthier. But I was literally still binge eating on it as if I was eating regular cookies. You know what I mean? So I was still not losing weight because I was consuming that sugar. You get what I mean? So just because it's healthier does not mean to overdo it with the snacks. And this leads me to the next thing, which is actually helpful when it comes to snacking. You need to understand that starving yourself is going to do a lot more damage than good, okay? Because let me intertwine, let me cook, okay? So when you starve yourself, you're more prone to binge eat. So let's say you went a whole 10 hours without eating, right? The last time you ate was maybe like breakfast, and you didn't eat lunch or dinner because you were like, okay, I'm gonna lose weight by this. And now it is 11 o'clock p.m. and you're just in bed and you're starting to get real hungry, really, really hungry, but you're like on the verge of falling asleep, but you're just hungry. You're probably gonna go downstairs and look in your cabinet, and you're probably gonna see some snacks, right? You're probably gonna binge on a bunch of snacks at the end of the day because you're just so hungry. Gonna binge on a bunch of snacks that'll make you at least feel like you have something to eat, a meal. So you did all that fasting just to binge eat at the end of the day. When honestly speaking, you could have just had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, had full protein-filled meals. The protein would have held you up longer throughout the day, so you won't be super duper hungry throughout the day, and you would have still saw fat loss because you're eating full, nutritious meals. You get what I'm trying to say? So don't think that starving yourself is going to help you, because it's really going to do more damage than good. It's going to cause binge eating, and even if it's not causing binge eating, you're not going to feel like working out. You're going to be weak. You're going to be fatigued. Trust me, I know this because I used to do it too. And it's going to be a lot harder for you to get back on regular mode, because it kind of turns into an eating disorder for real. Like, and that's hard to break. You know, it's not impossible, but it takes some time. So I always want to prevent that from anybody who's like, you know, thinking that starving themselves is the way, because it's not. I want you guys to understand that that's not the way. A healthy lifestyle does not mean under eating, you know. And I'm so happy we're at the point now where on TVs and on shows that's not being promoted as much. Like, it's actually being promoted like to eat meals and, you know, like just eat protein with veggies and carbs. You know, like we're seeing that a lot more now, and I feel like that's good, because that's honestly the truth. Like, you need to make sure you're eating your meals. Okay, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My key thing that I did was I started out my breakfast with some protein, so that way it kind of helped me stay full throughout the day. If you're not the type of person that could do protein in the morning, like let's say breakfast, like I usually do eggs with turkey bacon, right? And that's enough protein. If you're not the type of person that really is used to eating breakfast and meals a little bit too harsh on you, try yogurt with some protein powder in it. That is like a little bit lighter on you, and it also like gives you your protein intake in, so you probably won't be as hungry until lunchtime. I'm not saying you can't snack in between, but once you have fulfilling meals, when you do snack on these healthier snacks, you're not going to be binging on it as much, because, you know, all you're craving is a snack. You're not craving a meal because you ate your meal. You get what I mean? So keep that in mind, okay? Now, the next thing, and this is probably the biggest lesson I learned throughout this whole journey, is that the mental health is just as heavy as the weight is. And when I say that, this is what I mean, right? So honestly, along this healthier journey, I lost so many friends. I cut out a bunch of toxic traits I had. It all changed overall. Everything changed. And I used to think like, dang, like, am I just being fake? Am I being phony? And honestly speaking, no, it's not that. It's just I was changing as a person. And a lot of people that I had around me, it was deeper than just weight. It was like, oh wow, like now I'm starting to see like I don't party, I don't drink, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that wasn't who I was anymore. And I never really was that person, but like starting my fitness journey and really tapping into it showed me a lot that I'm not that type of person. So I had to cut some people off, and it wasn't like me intentionally saying I'm cutting these people off. It just naturally happened. Once you start to change your lifestyle, you will start to lose people slowly along the process, because you're changing into a different person. But don't look at that and get depressed in that, because I used to get depressed in that, and I used to think something was wrong with me, or I was lame or something like that. Especially if you're like younger than me. Like, I'm 23 now, so around this time I was like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So around then, everybody was out in college, going out, and I used to think I was lame because I had a strict routine, and I was like, you know, I was trying to get my life together. So if you're younger than me and you're doing that now, don't think that that is lame, and don't stop yourself from doing it because you feel like you're gonna miss out, or you're lame, or you're not doing what the whole crowd is doing. Because trust me, if you do it now, you won't be at this age trying to catch up and getting your body together and getting your healthy lifestyle together now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm proud and I'm blessed that I did it at a younger age, so that way now if I want to indulge in some snacks or some treats, I don't feel as bad. Or I can go like maybe a month and not work out and get my mental health right. Or like if I have, you know, I was in a car accident, I had to go a month without working out, and I wasn't as hard on myself because I've been working out for like 4 years straight, eating healthy 4 years straight. So 1 month off didn't really do that much damage, and I didn't feel like it was going to do a lot of damage to me mentally, because, you know, I've been doing it for so long, it's not hard for me to snap back. You get what I mean? So really, don't be afraid to start because you feel like people are going to look at you funny, or you're not doing what the crowd is doing. Okay, follow a healthy lifestyle. Trust me, because when you get my age, I'm not even that old now, even if you're my age now, when you get 30, I'm not 30, I'm 23, when you get 30, like, you're really gonna thank yourself for being healthy at a young age. You're gonna, trust me, you're gonna save out on a lot of medical issues. It's gonna really, you're gonna feel good about yourself. You get what I mean? So I just really hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was everything that I kind of learned on this journey. I might do a part 2 if I think about some more things that I learned. But yeah, like, I really hope you guys enjoyed that. And please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.